What's the idea behind this Christmas tree?
Well, I understood from some of the local residents in the Divis flats that last year they put up their own Christmas tree, and unfortunately it was vandalised. So we thought, as a gesture for peace for Christmas, that we, the company who look after the area, would put up our own Christmas tree up here to show them that we are here for peace.
Where did the Christmas tree come from?
Well, the donor prefers to remain anonymous, I'm afraid, so I can't tell you.
But it was somebody who wanted to make a gesture for Christmas?
Yes, indeed. In fact, we've had several other gestures. For instance, 2 old ladies in Belfast have each sent a cheque for £20 to us for the benefit of the soldiers in the Albert Street Mill. Most kind of them.
You don't feel that putting a Christmas tree on top of Divis Tower is a bit provocative?
I don't, quite honestly, no. I have consulted the people in the flats, and the vast majority of them are for it.
You don't expect people to be taking target practice at it?
No, I don't at all.
You've only been here for 2 weeks, your regiment. How are the men looking forward to Christmas here?
Oh, very much, of course, but although it won't exactly be a very normal Christmas for them, but we will be celebrating in some way, of course.
And presumably some of them will be spending Christmas Day up here?
Yes, of course they will. We man it permanently.
Are you making any special arrangements for them?
Well, I will be bringing up their dinner to them, of course.
Sorry, I'll just write it. It's not going to blow. I'm going to be on my way down.
This is Divis Flats. There are 1,200 flats here, housing over 4,000 people. The massive unemployment here is a symptom of a socially deprived area. This is the story of the destruction of a community. 10 years ago, this was a bustling street where children played at their own front doors. Mothers did all their shopping locally and talked with their neighbours. This area had evolved over a century, and the people recognised that some form of redevelopment was necessary. But just what kind of redevelopment? Who made the decision to replace this with this? At the planning stage, local representatives pleaded for some consideration of the needs of the people, which primarily were for better houses and not flats. Their pleas fell on deaf ears.
When a development reached this stage, the residents of the area, which was being transformed into ugly flats, protested.
The tower was only a shell when we started protesting.
There was a difference now. There was a difference now.
There's no difference. Still Divis flats. We'd rather had our houses.
How's it living here now?
Terrible. There's all you do is wipe up after these. That's nobody's dog eating.
There's a lot of dogs about.
There's a lot of dogs, Alsatians and all. He has been bit by an Alsatian. Conditions is terrible, and although we have our heating here, round there is worse. So,
See any chance of them changing?
no, said the only way I'd get out of here is on a box. And now we are one suffering from chest now. They offered me Craig Oven. Now this is a 2-bedroom one, and it'll be £1.19 a week. When the next rise goes up, it's only £4.50 a week. I'm in here first. That's about 4 years ago.
What's it like for the kids here?
Terrible. Should have nowhere to play.
Here in 1977, what have we got? 1,200 flats, 9 shops, all in one area, and 1 pub. Possibly some of the original plan has been lost, or a bright young man contrived a way of converting 9 shops and 4 pubs into 240 flats. A magnificent feat by any standards.
The housing authorities did not provide amenities for anyone. Young mothers, old age pensioners and young children. There are approximately 1,000 children under the age of 12 in this area. This is the decision maker's idea of a playground for this vast number of children.
It's the worry as a children when they go out to play. As you know yourself, there's things they can get into and you just can't be with them all the time. You're just constantly worrying about them, you know.
Yeah.
So it is, you know.
And your children have had a few unfortunate accidents, haven't they?
Some of them has had go to hospital and receive stitches to their eyes, legs and different parts of them, you know. So they have, every time you go out, especially the youngest ones, when they go out, you just constantly living in fear every time they're coming in crying, what's wrong next, why you have to run to the hospital with them or not, you know.
And how do you think your problem could be solved?
Well, I would like out in Paul a house, because every time they go out on the balconies, your heart's in your mouth. You see them climbing up on the balconies. One slip and they're over that balcony, they could be killed on you. That's the whole fear, like, you know, all the time on you, like.
Yeah.
Tired checking the children to get down off the balconies, you know, for fear of falling.
Like I have 6 wee boys. When they go out in the mornings to school and they come home, sometimes they come home, sometimes they don't come home. I never see them away till 6 o'clock at night. Well, there's that many stairs for me to go down. I don't like using the lifts. Of course, the lift's never on, but it's always breaking down all the time. And when I go down to look for the children, when I come up, it's around the house for me having to go down the stairs to look for the children. The children are not playing it. I see the children won't even play on the balconies. You can't keep the children on the balconies if they're out playing on the balconies with a ball. Although I don't allow the children to play on the balcony with balls, I tell them to go down onto the ground. But when they do go down onto the ground, the people on the ground floor are shouting at them. They built the football pitches over here. They're playing the football pitches over here. The women outside are telling them to take their ball away to the road because it's hitting their windows.
So our kids have bikes, which
and
are
they have bikes,
relatively
they're not
quiet.
allowed.
They're not allowed.
There's
Their
no
bikes
bikes
on
and
the
they're
balcony.
nothing.
And when they go down onto the paths to play with the bikes, they get chased with Saracens. Young Charles Devane on Boxing Day, a Saladin ran over his, knocked him off his bike, and flattened his bike as flat as a pancake.
Well, as far as we are led to believe, today's action was just a one-day token to in fact show the Housing Executive that they're serious. What they propose to do and what our committee proposes to do on their behalf, we will stop all major repairs. Now, repairs within individual flats or conditions which constitute a danger to public health, we will allow those to be repairs, but there will be no structural major repairs to the complex.
Isn't it in the interests of the residents, though, for repairs to be carried out?
Initially, in the short term it is, but people feel that if these major repairs are allowed to go ahead, it will only lengthen the time that they're going to have to spend in Divis flats. They feel that if they allow the Housing Executive to spend the proposed £6 or £7 million, that they will spend the rest of their lives in Divis flats, and this is something which they will vigorously and militantly oppose.
Well, first of all, I would have to say that if there is trouble, it doesn't come as a surprise to me, because over the years they treatment that the residents of Divis flats have received from the housing executive has been really atrocious, in the line of communication with the residents and proper response to complaints about repairs. The people have really got to the stage where they're frustrated and they're losing hope.
But do you not think the residents should allow the repairs to go ahead?
I couldn't agree more. I would like to say that I'm reflecting the views of the vast majority of the residents when I say that they all understand that in the meantime repairs and maintenance must go on. People cannot live without maintenance and repairs.
The two blocks that are coming down are Whitehall and Farset. Many of the flats have been empty for months. Many of the others have suffered acute problems of damp and vandalism. The Whitehall block might have been demolished long ago, but for the stubborn refusal of one man, Seamus McCreevy, to leave his flat. He accused the housing executive of breaking promises about rehousing. But under threat of legal action, he's now accepted a new home and the demolition work can begin. But the local Residents Association says there's a serious health risk from asbestos in the building.
We have been in touch with a microbiologist in Queen's University, Jeff Sirakin's his name, and he has told us, the housing executive has said that it's only white asbestos that's in here and there's no danger, immediate danger if it's not disturbed, but he has informed us, that microbiologist Jeff Sirakin, that there is a danger, all asbestos is a danger and it can be a dangerous over a long period of time.
Do you think the demolition of two blocks like this goes far enough?
No. We feel that there should be more blocks coming down. The Housing Executive Management has said that they would prefer Perrin Block and St Brenton's to also come down, but the DOE has rejected their plans, and we feel that there should be a major concession from the government regarding for our blacksmith complex.
You say you're concerned about the vandalism that's happened, but isn't it partly the responsibility of parents to make sure their kids don't go around vandalising the estate?
Well, as you can see, have a look around you, there's nothing really for kids here to play in. And when you see open buildings like that there, it's automatically kids just going to play in and vandalise them.
That vandalism, in particular the theft of copper piping from the water system above the blocks, is one cause of the water that drips constantly through the flats that are still occupied. But the residents say their homes have been virtually uninhabitable for years, and the housing executive's promise of new homes is long overdue. In recent days, the hot and cold water supplies have been cut off without warning. Far from clinging to their homes, all the families want to leave as soon as they can.
Well, when I was down at the district office today, they told me that it would be today fortnight, but I don't think I could stick another I don't think I could stick tonight in here. I mean, I have 5 children up here, and the water is running just through my flat. They've no clothes left, all my stuff's destroyed. And I don't think I could stay a fortnight in it.
We're not too bad with me having the closing gas, but all the rest of them's off, you know, with electric.
He says it's true.
I'm here this 16 years now in November, and for the past 10 years I have had nothing, only water, but this is the most that I've had. It's coming up the bathroom.
What's wrong with the bathroom?
The sewers are blocked from the outside, so it's coming up the bath, which means when I use the sink or the wash hand basin in this bathroom here, the water won't come down. They have done nothing for us at all inside these 16 years. From I came in here, I got rats. Well, that was all right, we put up with them. Then it was the water. Then it was something else. I don't know, people's heads away, my head's away. And at this moment I'm waiting on my doctor, Dr. Hendon coming. Because I put up with it now for 3 days and I don't think I can put up with it much more.
Do you think Divis can be improved?
By pulling them down they can be improved. And houses built.
The soldier was travelling in an army Land Rover in convoy with another vehicle. As the mobile patrol moved slowly down Albert Street past Divis Flats, at least one gunman opened fire. The soldier was hit in the face and chest and taken to the Royal Victoria Hospital. Scores of soldiers were drafted into the area, which was then evacuated. Army bomb disposal experts also arrived at the scene. It was feared a device may have been planted nearby. Police and soldiers then searched a block of flats. Later, they found a shotgun in the complex, which they removed and are now examining. There are conflicting reports as to where the shooting came from. Some eyewitnesses said the gunmen were in a car. Others say a shot was fired from a corridor in the Divis complex. Police say one shot was fired at a two-vehicle patrol. The security forces returned a shot but say they hit no one. The soldier injured in the incident is now in a serious condition.